All right, guys, so this is just a very quick video on a hardtop 2005 Mercedes SLK350. A lot of people are having this issue with the hardtop actually leaking, and where it's leaking from, it'll normally, when it opens up, it'll start to run out and leak either down the sides here, or it'll just come spewing profusely out of the little hole that you have there. But nonetheless, it's a common issue. Not many videos out there explaining it real quickly. It's a lot of detail of people changing the whole system out, the whole hydraulic, when in reality, all you need to do is actually change the O-ring that's actually inside of the hydraulic. So not going to kind of go through the breakdown of everything, but it's pretty simple. You're going to have 4 screws right here in the front all the way across. Okay, Phillips heads, you're going to take those out, and then it should just this panel should just pop down, and you just pull it down, and there's 4 clips. As you can see, 4 clips in the back. Okay, you want to have it braced because this thing will close on its own. So you also want to take the battery head off, and what I did was I just stuck a jack handle right here just to hold it up, prop it up. All right, and the thing that you'll need to do in order to get it down, you're going to take, there's some star screws, or let me see what size we're looking at. Give me a second, I'll try and tell you. All right, so I think I was using a shoot if I could see, I think I was using a T40, either a T40 or T30 were the 2 that I were using to take out, basically to take out these screws here. Okay, you're gonna have all of these, and the easiest way is to bring them down, and they're all the way across, pretty simple to pull down. Once you pop it up and look at it, you'll be able to pull them out, and they do have the washer on it so that they don't fall when you take them out. So that's all you'll have to do to bring it down. The next thing to do is you're gonna have some pins that are in there that hold the hydraulic into the system, right? And here are your pins that go within it. Okay, there's 2 that you need to take out, and then they have these little U clips, or U-shape clips that hold it in, that you'll need to take out in order for the hydraulic to come out of this casing right here. Okay, all right, and you can see the holes here where those pins go in. One right there, and then the other is actually, it goes on the actual thing right here. All right, so just to make it quick, right? All right, so in order to get this out, you're going to take all those out, and then in order to actually get this piston out of the hydraulic, right, there is a U-ring here that sits right off in here, and the only way to get it out, and you'll try and pry with, you know, your little picks and everything, and it'll get loose, but it is completely difficult to actually pull out. So the only way to do that is you're gonna have to drill a small hole. Let me see if I can get it without spilling hydraulic fluid. Hold on, focus, give me a second. Get in focus. All right, so if you see right there, all right, I drilled a hole right in there. Okay, that way I can get some leverage. And I stuck one of these, I stuck the straight pin in there through that hole to push that ring down. And as I held it and braced it with this one, and I could put it in there and I'll show you. All right, so if you see right there, so I pushed it down to brace it, to kind of pull that ring out, okay? And then once it was kind of loose and it was protruding out a little bit, I used this one right here actually to pick it even more and pop it out. Okay, all right, so the only thing you'll need to do is a lot of times when you pop it open and pull it out, it has this little O-ring here. Okay, they're all broken and tore up, and it goes right here. Okay, it's all broken and tore up, and it goes right there. So what I did was I went online, did some research, and I found that you can actually buy new O-rings Okay, a lot of times the ones that you'll see come on eBay, they'll send you instructions and they'll ask you to pay 20, 30 bucks in order to buy something like this. You can get at Harbor Freight for $1. And these O-rings are literally maybe, I think I paid $7 on Amazon. You'll just need to figure out the diameter and the size, and I'll put that in the description. And these are, yeah, I'll go ahead and put in the description because I can't remember off the top of the head, but I do believe it's like 9, 4, and 17. Okay, it's the OD, ID, and width, right? But yeah, these are the O-rings right here that I'm going to be using to replace that that factory O-ring that they had in there, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so basically all I did was I shimmied that new O-ring onto the back of here, okay? And if you can see, basically all it does is I shimmied it from this side right in between here, and this here thing right here kind of pivots back and forth. The one thing also is that you don't want to mess up the piston, so I wrapped it in electrical tape so that I don't poke it or mess it up, you know, when I'm trying to when I was trying to pry that little U clamp out, okay, or C clamp, or however, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we got it on here, so we're going to go ahead and put it back in. We just make sure we put it back in properly and in the right direction, and then put that clamp back in and see how it goes. All right, and it just slides right back in here, and it should be snug so that none of that fluid will leak out of there. Okay. All right, so got everything back in. If you look here, I had to rig it in order to get that clamp back in. If we can focus here. All right, so if you look in there, all right, so in order to get this thing back in, you see that white spacer there? It's gonna consistently slide up in order for you to be able to, and it's gonna make it difficult for you to be able to get that clamp back in. So what I did was basically through that hole, I put one of these picks just to hold it back while it's in there, right? And let me stay on camera focus. All right, so just to hold it back, that's what I did. And I taped it down in order to keep it in place so I don't have to hold it, right? And then basically, you wanna start with one of the edges. So if I could focus here, you wanna start with one of the edges and put it in first, right? And then once you get it in there, you wanna brace it with one hand and just kind of basically use a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver or something to kind of chisel the other side in. And slowly but surely just kind of push it back in. It's gonna take some time. It took me about 10-15 minutes to actually get it back in, but once that's done, it should be nice and snug and you shouldn't have any issues. From what I can see, you know, when I tilt it, you know, there's no leak or anything. There was fluid still in it. So I'm praying, you know, that everything's good. I'll probably put a little petroleum jelly on the piston itself. But other than that, I think we're good to go. All I'm gonna do is put it back together and put it back up. And hopefully this resolves the issue. All right, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you have any issues or have any questions. Thanks.